Yo guys, coming back with another story time. You already know since I've been doing these more, I've been thinking a lot more, and I got another one for y'all. This didn't even happen that long ago, and you're probably gonna be wondering why I keep finding myself in these situations, but without further ado, let's just get into this fucking thing. This story takes place maybe a month ago, maybe a few weeks ago. Like I've said before, I'm not great with time. But I was walking along my beloved road. If y'all don't know, there's a road by where I live that one of my friends and I used to go down. We used to call this road Jackpot Road. And that's not the real name of the road, but we called it that because you could find a lot of goodies on the side of the road. It's where all the high schoolers walk home from high school. So they would drop vapes, weed, condoms, whatever you could think of. And normal shit too, so just, keep that in mind. But we weren't looking for normal shit here. So, I was walking down this road because I go on walks, and I don't really look for these things, but I stumbled across this vape, and I was like, you know what? I'm copping that shit. So I put that shit in my pocket and I go home. Then, fast forward to the next day, I have this shit, and I'm aware that we're gonna have dinner with a friend. So, I keep this shit on me, I'm walking around and stuff, and I'm waiting for company. I'm just ripping and having fun, the beginning of the day was pretty normal. Then everyone pulled up to the crib. We were all gonna sit there and have drinks, and then we were gonna go and eat. So, I grab a beer, and I slam that shit harder than I should have. I hadn't drank in a little while, and I kind of underestimated the power of alcohol. So that shit punched me in the face. Then, I had a mixed drink, which didn't help my cause at all. And at this point, dinner's ready. And everyone's getting called over to the chairs, and, they're all sitting down. And at this point, I would say that I'm comfortably drunk. I wouldn't say that I was super drunk, like I could still walk, but I would say that I was drunk. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom real quick before dinner starts. 'Cause, drunk, you gotta pee a lot, right? So I go into the bathroom, I start peeing and shit. I decide to hit my vape. I took it out, and I was like, oh, no problem, whatever. I was like, this is great, I got the mix of alcohol and nicotine, it's great. I don't remember doing this, and this will make sense in a little bit, but I guess I put my vape down on the windowsill of the bathroom. It's a very small bathroom, and it's right where everybody was by. I'm sure you can guess where this is going. My mom, who also went to go use the restroom, stumbled upon my goodies. And so I'm at the table, and I walk back into the kitchen, and she's holding it. And at this point, I was like, yo, no way. And she was like, she holds it up and she was like, whose is this? And I was like, in my head, I was like, yeah, okay, fine. You think you're hot shit because you got me. I was like, I didn't say that, but I was like, yeah, this is mine. She was like, it was sitting on the windowsill. She was like, which one is this? Referring to what was the substance in it. I told her, I said, it's only nicotine. Don't worry, it's only nicotine. It's not illegal. And she says, it's illegal for you to have. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Good point, dude. And so I go and eat dinner. And this is the most awkward dinner because I'm sitting right next to her. And I'm just thinking about what's going to happen, if I'm going to get in trouble, if I'm gonna get a really bad ass chewing, or what. I don't know what to expect, because this is not the first time this has happened. I've told multiple story times on this channel. So, once dinner's over, I decide to go on a walk, because I didn't want to be there. I thought it was really awkward. And I actually thought about trying to find it again, like after she threw it away. I thought about it, but I decided against it because I'm not supposed to be doing that shit anyway, and I'm not really dependent on it, so there's no reason. So I just let her take it, and it was really awkward. And I don't even know if my dad knew what happened at first, but he knows now because we've talked about it. Like not like that, but just like mentioned it. You know, like, oh, remember when Mom found my vape, blah blah blah. So he knows about it now. But I didn't want to be there, so I dipped and went on a walk. And so I'm chilling and walking, and I'm like shitting my pants because I don't know what's gonna happen. And so eventually everyone leaves, and no one's really talking to me about it. Like, everyone's just kind of going about their business normally. And my mom finally, the inevitable, comes up, and she's like, hey, you know, you doing okay? She comes up to my room. She's like, hey, you doing okay? I was like, yeah, I'm okay, you know? And she was like, well, you know, I know you might be upset, but that stuff is just not good for you, and we don't want you doing that. And she told me, she said, I realize now that if you're going to do that stuff when you're older, you're going to do that stuff when you're older. But I don't have to sit here and affirm it while you're my kid legally still. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And she was really nice about it, and I actually did feel bad. I felt like I disappointed her. And that shit actually made me sad. But, nothing, you know, I didn't get really any punishment. I mean, because what are you gonna do? Like, chain me to my room? You know, like, I just keep making bad decisions. And you know, I don't really plan on doing it again, but who's to say, honestly. But they were really nice about it. You know, I can tell that they care about me, and that, you know, that was only coming from a place of love, not a place of hate. Because if they hated me, they would just let me destroy myself and not care, not think twice about it. So I'm very grateful for the parents that I got. And honestly, if there is a moral to the story, it's A, probably don't vape, and B, be grateful for your parents. You know, people take having good parents for granted a lot. They're not going to be there all the time. They're going to die someday. And if life takes its natural course, they'll die before you. So even if you do get caught in the wrong, don't be really disrespectful or rude about it, because you're the fucking one who decided to do all that dumb shit. That's where I put myself in this situation. I was like, look, I mean, she didn't put the vape in my mouth. I found it. I decided to pick it up and take it home. And so I was in the wrong here. How can I be mad at her for just doing her job as a parent, you know? How am I going to get mad at that? That's some strutty loser teenager stuff. And I ain't no strutty loser teenager. I mean, I'm a loser teenager, but I'm not entitled or bratty like that. So I was like, all right. But yeah, I did not get my ass kicked this time. Still could happen if I stopped posting for a while. They might have found another vape. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, the moral of this story, like I said, is to not vape and to be kind to your parents and to not take them for granted. But really, that's about it for this story time. If you did enjoy it, leave a like, and if you like my content, consider subscribing. It'd help me out, and it'd help you out. You get to see some content you like, and I get the support I need to make the content you like. So, without any more rambling, I'm going to conclude this video here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. This has been Cayman. Peace.